Welcome back to Texas Stadium. We're at halftime with the Cowboys leading the Saints 14-7. It's been a very interesting football game so far. Frank Lieber along with Roman Gabriel, and analyze that first half for me.
Well, Frank, the difference in the ball game is 2 turnovers. Dallas gets an interception caused by a Harvey Martin sack on Archie Manning, and then they recover a fumble. They go 33 yards and 37 yards for touchdowns, and that's the difference in the game.
You know, the Saints really, they can now play with anybody, I think, don't you?
I think so. It's impressive to watch the Saints move that football with a patchwork offensive line, and you wonder what they could do if they had all those guys that they brought in at the beginning of the year if they were playing. So it's a blessing for the Saints to be able to do what they can with what they have.
Dallas off to a typical slow start, but they were hurt, as you probably heard. Robert Newhouse out in the first period. Slight fracture to a small bone in his right leg, and I think that could really hurt the Cowboys along the way, not only in this game, but of course, you know, you got to miss some time with that.
Oh, you're looking at a guy like Newhouse having his best year. Not only is he a fine blocker for Dorsett, but he also makes things happen. It's hard to zero in Dorsett when you got a guy like Newhouse.
Both teams, as we said, play the flex defense, and it's interesting to see that thing work against each other because Nolan and Landry probably could read each other's minds by now.
Neither one of the teams are doing too well on the ground. Everything they're doing has been by breaks or through the air, so it is interesting to watch the two flexes go at one another.
What do you look for in the second half?
I think in the second half, New Orleans will probably come out and follow their game plan, because if they hadn't have turned the ball over twice, they'd have been in good shape. And Dallas will probably come out and perhaps throw a little bit more to try to loosen up that New Orleans defense.
Cowboys really haven't run the football that well. I mean, they had the 2 drives, 39, 33 yards that happened as a result of the turnovers, and that's really been it as far as their offense goes.
They're going to have to put the ball up just a little bit more, because New Orleans is coming here and they're aggressive. They're playing well, and then Nolan probably knows Landry's offense as well as Landry knows Nolan's offense. So it's a good test for both teams.
How do you, being an ex-quarterback, compare Archie for me and Staubach? Same type of guys?
Yeah, I think so. They both came up the hard way. You take a guy like Manning's been hurt, and as we mentioned on the air earlier, both quarterbacks attack you. They don't wait around and let you put something up and then go after it. They're going to go at you right away, and that's the way I would categorize both Staubach and Manning. Attackers.
They're both extremely mobile, and I guess that's got to be a big factor in the success of in both of them.
Both of them have averaged more than 5 yards a carry throughout their careers running the football, so it's hard to stand back there and say they're going to throw it and not go with it. They both have that added dimension of toughness, being able to run with the football, and also the great arm.
14-7. That's our score here at halftime. Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. The Cowboys have the edge right now. We'll be back with the second half and more scores in just a moment.